I'm Todd Cohen. If getting more of what you want, need, and deserve is even remotely of interest to you, then subscribe to my Sales Culture YouTube channel, hit notify, hit whatever they tell you to hit, drop a comment, because I am all about teaching everybody that everything we do is a selling moment of you, and that's what gets you what you want, need, and deserve. So yesterday, I had the great opportunity to facilitate a board meeting of an organization. And one of the conversations that we got around to eventually was hiring people, which, is important to everybody. I mean, hiring good people should be your top concern. Okay, that's a subject for another time, perhaps. That being said, one of the questions that came up from one of the board members was, well, how do we know if we get a good candidate or not? How do we know if somebody's going to make it? How do we know if, this person is the right fit for us? And, there was a lot of good conversation around that. Okay. And I listened. And as the facilitator, my job is not to, give people the answers because I'm not claiming that I know the answers. My job is to facilitate the conversation so we arrive at conclusions and to-dos and next steps and accountabilities, basically keep everything on track. But as shouldn't surprise anybody who knows me, I couldn't keep my mouth shut on this. So here was my answer. In addition to all the interview questions you ask, and I'm sure they're great questions, right? They have to be, all the things that you've learned over time to ask that have given you a good indication of whether somebody's going to be a good fit or not. Here's a question for you. So, tell me about something you've sold. And then don't say another word. Less is more. Watch what happens. They'll either go, well, I'm not hiring for I'm not being hired or interviewing for a sales position. Well, I understand that. See what they say. Hopefully, at least they'll say, well, I'm here selling myself. And if they say that, now you know you've got something. If somebody says, hey, I don't like salespeople. I'm not in sales. I don't understand what sales is. That's not necessarily a disqualifier. It does tell you that somebody is more likely to hide in a silo. I'm just the mindset, maybe potentially just, check the box. I'm not saying they're not a good person. I'm not saying they're not a good hire. Companies that will succeed build a sales culture. They build a company where everybody understands that everything they do has influence downstream on the ultimate customer decision. Isn't that really what you want?